Welcome to the Wisdom of Wealth channel. We usually talk about money, opportunity, and success. But today, we're taking a different path. Because to truly understand wealth, we have to understand what it means to live without it. What if your entire life was defined by the zip code you were born into? Not your dreams, not your effort, just your address. This is the story of a place many Americans never see, not because it's far away, but because they choose not to look. It's a story from the bottom of the barrel. In the heart of Pennsylvania lies a small city called York, once a thriving hub of manufacturing. Now it stands as a stark portrait of America's deepening divide. A Japanese journalist, stationed in Washington, D.C., decided during the pandemic to move here to live among those society often forgets. He paid just $425 a month to share a Ward minus down 121 minus your minus old house in one of your poorest neighborhoods. It was there he saw a side of America that doesn't make it in two tourist brochures or campaign speeches. In this community, he met Jamil Alexander, once a street kid with a gun tucked in his waistband. Now a local mentor trying to keep teenagers alive long enough to dream of something more. Jamil describes his neighborhood as the bottom of the barrel, not because people here don't work hard, but because there's no ladder, no rope, no one reaching down to pull them up. Gun violence isn't shocking, here it's routine. One day, candles appeared on a doorstep. A 16-year-old boy had been shot dead. The shooter was 15. Days later, a 13-year-old was accidentally shot in a revenge attempt. Here, poverty, violence, and death are just part of the landscape. York's only public high school has a graduation rate of just 65%. 9 out of 10 students qualify for free meals. Many Americans like to say, people just need to work harder. But how do you say that to a kid with no safe home, no food security, no mentors, no access? The truth? In America, your zip code often matters more than your ambition. One of the journalist's housemates was Andrew Jackson, a 20-year-old black college student from Texas. He got into a college in York with a scholarship but no family support. To afford tuition, he paused his studies to work in a supermarket and an auto shop. He dreams of becoming a firefighter, a field still dominated by white men in the U.S., and volunteers at a suburban fire station, where he's the only black man. His face blurs. Cold stares, disrespect. And yet, he shows up every day. He once said quietly during dinner, "I actually love studying. If I didn't have to work so much, I'd spend more time in school." His hands were still stained with black grease from the shop. Outside this world, many Americans remain unaware. Even some York residents in the suburbs never set foot in these neighborhoods. The city's mayor, Michael Helfrich, admitted that most police officers don't even live in the city they serve. They don't know the people. They don't know the culture. This disconnection allows ignorance and prejudice to fester. But then something changed. In 2021, the local school board issued a list of banned books, many dealing with race and inequality. Why? Because some believed these books would make white students feel guilty. But the response was swift and unexpected. Over 100 people gathered in protest. Not just Black and Hispanic residents, but white families too. Handwritten signs filled the lawn. Diversity is strength. Ignorance breeds fear and hate. The school board backed down. The pushback started with a group of high school students. Among them was Ida Gupta, an Indian minus American senior. "This isn't black versus white," she said. "This is about what's right and what's wrong." Her school, once nearly all white, is now 30% minority. Her voice and those of her peers mark the rise of a New York city that refuses to stay divided. This story isn't just about poverty. It's about what happens when people are locked out of opportunity by design. And it's about the quiet, persistent hope of those who refuse to be forgotten, like Jamil, like Andrew, like Ida. They may be at the bottom of the barrel, but they haven't given up. Because even in the darkest corners, hope can still take root. If we dare to look, if we choose to listen.